Hey guys, it's Mandy with Retrofix Games. I'm back to open another box of Game of Gods. Dark Alice is back to oversee proceedings as well. I'm going to take my fish here and get the box open. So, alright then. So, yesterday we talked a lot about the art and stuff. Oh, looks like I might have cut the top of that a little bit. Too zealous with my knife there. Hopefully it didn't damage the card inside. All right, so one thing I didn't mention last night is that only first print run boxes of this get this Kaguya topper there, which is cool. All right, let's get into this box. So one thing I didn't really pay attention to yesterday was the layout of the packs. So let's see. I don't know what N stands for. I'm going to guess common? Common. 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 And then master rare? Not quite sure what that means. I'll have to relearn what these cards are. What are their rarities? So I tried to do some research into lore, and it looks like the new company is not quite caught up with Loki enters the Game of Gods. Isn't quite caught up with the lore on their website quite yet. So there is tons of backlog on the lore though. So we will hopefully see an update on that site soonish so we can find out what's going on here. Hopefully I won't have any sound issues tonight. Last night I forgot to turn my phone to, ooh, there is Galileo again. Forgot to turn my phone over. So I believe this might be a full art. I was kind of doing some research on this game, and it does look like there are different versions of the game. Back in the old cards, the full art used to have art that showed through, and the normal card would have white underneath the text in the box. And that would be like a normal version, and then if you see here, there's white underneath the text. And then here, there is no white underneath the text, it's just you can see the art completely through everything. I want to say that's a full art. I tried looking I couldn't really find good photos online of the different versions at this time. So I'm just going to kind of guess based on what I'm seeing on the regular cards here. And I mean, maybe all the foils are full art now. We'll have to see if that's the case. All right, so tonight I'll go quite a bit faster. Last night I was very distracted by cute bunny girls and what have you. We didn't get a lot of J rulers last night. One thing I did not talk about is the fact that in this game, in the past, you were required to have a J ruler. I do believe that's still the case. For people who are unfamiliar with what a ruler's function is, I would say it's probably something similar to Magic's commander, where you have to have a commander to play. My experience with this game was that a ruler sort of was the same. You have to build your deck around the ruler and their abilities. Let's see here. Ooh, and we've got our first J ruler, Kaguya here. Our beautiful Order of the Moon on the back there. Hopefully we get more than, I think last night we got 2 J rulers, Odin and Kaguya. I do see that there's a few more in the set. I'm hoping to see a few more of them tonight. Another thing that used to exist in this game, which I've heard rumors is still a thing, are what were called God packs. A God pack was a thing where you basically open the pack and every single card is foiled. I always really enjoyed that. I did hear somebody who had picked up a box from the shop when we first got this set. They did say that they had opened a pack and it was all foiled. So I'm hoping we can see a God pack tonight. That would be great. If for no other reason than to have more foily cards. Because who doesn't love shiny shinies? Another Isis there. Oop. Looks like, I'm gonna guess this is probably a relatively smallish set. I'm not seeing a bunch of different cards from what we saw yesterday. But apparently there are 4 or 5 rulers in the set, and I'm wanting to see different rulers this time. We've already got Kaguya, who we saw before, and I love her. She's great, but I'd love to see more characters from this game. Hanzo. I just love the little ninja kitty. Oop. Oop. So, being a little awkward with the packs tonight for opening. Ooh, I like that art. Barbados again. Here we go. I do think that this is another J-Ruler. This is Narlatep. Narlatep is a very interesting character. So there we go. Our second J-Ruler for the box. Hopefully we get more. I don't know what the pull rate is on J-Rulers. I think a healthy pull rate would be like 3 to 4, but I do not know for sure. No, Odin's Intimidation. Do like how shiny their foils are. They have a really nice shine to them. Another thing that I haven't talked about before is the quality of the card stock. They do have very nice card stock. Ooh, what is this one? J-Rulers you control gain drain. I wish I understood what that meant, but very cool. Oop, messing up my piles here. So hopefully the neighbors don't blow up their music like they do sometimes and mess my sound up with a bunch of music. Beautiful. Cards still feel pretty good, and not as thick of a stock as it used to be, but I mean, they certainly aren't flimsy by any means. Do you think these will hold up pretty well? They are standard card size, so you can sleeve them in regular Ultra Pro sleeves or dragon shields. That's right. Maybe not shuffle those so loudly. Oop, throwing my trash around. Ooh, Demon Beast of Hellfire. Hegel. Wind of Asgard. Ooh. I'd like to know when we got to Asgard. Hopefully, I mean, I guess we did see some Loki style cards. My understanding is that Loki is a J-Ruler in the set. I mean, there's Loki right there. Loki is a lady in this case. I think most of us are used to Loki being a guy, a la MCU lore. Force of Will has often gender-swapped characters. They've had a couple of specialty limited sets that actually took characters that were from history and they gender-swapped them. They even did a really cool set that was all based off of Valkyria Chronicles, and I really love the art in that. I'm not very good at those kinds of games. RTSs, I think it's an RTS strategy style game. Just not terribly good at it, but I did enjoy the crossover. All right, we're on our last pile here. Whoop. hopefully we can get another one, maybe 2 J rulers. That's my hope. Oh, there's a nice foil of our Ninja Kitty here. One thing I have noticed that is pretty different from the original company's versions of this game is the art style seems to have been kind of cleaned up, I guess I could call it. Their older versions of the cards used to have some pretty risque looking ladies. Some of you may recall, if you've played the game for a while, there used to be some misprints. Well, they called them misprints. I'm not quite sure if they were misprints, where characters were missing parts of their undergarments. So there's quite a bit of skin on some of these characters. I know that's pretty standard in anime style art, but I do think that they received some flack for that, as it may be appropriate in Japan where this game originated, but people here definitely have a more strict outlook on how card games should look, especially a card game that most people view as for children. So, let's see, last few packs here. Really hoping to get another J ruler. Ooh, now I thought this looked good in regular, but this is just even nicer in foil. They also used to do these large wall scrolls that had various characters, and there was a couple of characters that had very risque art in their wall scrolls. People who are familiar with this game may remember Valentina. She always was quite busty and had very, very nice, probably PG-13 art. Let's see here. Really hoping to get one more J ruler. I did kind of peek at this game online and I saw that Feethscene was in here. I remember her from back when I used to play it. I'd like to see her art as a J ruler. We'll see if we get lucky and find another J ruler. And war it shall be. Oh, she is calling people out. I'm anticipating the lore for this set to come out, so I can kind of put some context to these cards and these characters and what is going on in here. All right, it's the last foil here. Maybe. Nope. Only 2 J rulers in this box. I'm not going to complain about this pretty Isis, though. She looks sweet. So, another interesting box. It looks like we only got the 2 J rulers. I'll have to find out if that's a pretty average pull on this. If you are interested in finding these cards on our site, they'll be on www.retrofixgames.com and our TCG singles section. Man. Thank you for watching, guys. Have a good night.